Hey, what is up, everybody? And welcome. It's so good to have literally everybody back. I am very excited to see so many adorable faces here tonight. I hope you all are as well. We're going to just go ahead and jump right into this because we left off on some serious shenanigans. And by shenanigans, I mean shit's literally on fire. So, hello and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. And hello to those watching live on Twitch right now. And if you're watching on YouTube later, be sure to join us here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the live show. Today we are going to be playing, I believe this is episode 3 of Little Busters, which is a Tales from the Loop Things from the Flood game. We're going to do a quick ring around the rosy with the cast and crew and figure out who everybody is, who they're playing, and tonight's super special 1990s question is, what is your personal favorite movie from the 1990s? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to start that. Delay, since you are up top, let's start with you. Yeah.
Nice. I hate you.
Well, I love you.
I love you too. Yeah, I am Pro Starter. I'm going to play Delay today, the hacker. Last time I tried to burn myself by walking into a chemical fire. Completely normal stuff. Speaking of chemical fire, was The Matrix in the early 90s? No.
Yes.
Oh.
Not early 90s. I think it was 1998.
Yeah, no, that's
Really? The
Jesus.
Matrix.
I know
Google
that
this.
we watched it while I was in
1999.
driver's
Wow.
ed, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess
Wow.
in that list, then it's just going to be Terminator 2. It's a good film.
Yeah.
That's a dang good flick. Isn't there like a new something Terminator coming out?
Yeah.
So was
who
it
knows?
Terminator Time Robot? I don't know.
Time Cop Dad.
Time Cop. Robo Time Cop.
Yeah. Oh, did you say who you play?
Yeah,
I'm paying
Delay.
attention.
Delay
Thank you.
hacker.
Their pronouns, your pronouns.
My pronouns are he, him. The character's pronouns are they, them.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks so much. Happy to see your face, and we'd love to welcome back the amazing Janaya. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. My name's Janaya. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Chloe, who is formerly a weirdo, now a snob, and her pronouns are she, her. And my favorite movie from the 90s that nobody's heard of is The Addiction, which is a really great mid-90s vampire movie. That's just kind of one of those really obscure vampire movies with Lily Taylor in it. It's really good. But if it's one that people have actually heard of, it's definitely Silence of the Lambs.
That's Silence of... Wow, I forgot about that one too. There's
Why did you have to take my thing? It came out in 1991. Don't pick me next.
So I feel like we have to like have a movie night now with this addiction movie because I've never heard of it.
Obviously, we just need like a group movie night anyway, because we also need to watch Tank Girl, because I don't feel like we play weirdos in the 90s without watching Tank Girl.
Yes!
I think, like, Natalie in particular for Ripley absolutely has to watch Tank Girl, so
Totally.
we should make it happen.
All right,
It's been a while
we're
since I
gonna
watched that.
we're gonna do it. It'll be great.
Yeah,
And also
absolutely.
Flashdance has to be added in there. We have to have a group night.
That's the 80s, right?
Yeah, but you know, it was
Whatever.
a thing.
We'll figure it out.
It's whatever.
There was some clever covering of Darcy's eyes involved. It was great.
All right, we're gonna kick it over to Britt. Welcome back. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I am Britt. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Ashley the Jug, whose pronouns are she, her, because I'm boring. And I refuse to answer the question with anything but a top 3. Starship Troopers, Batman Returns in Jurassic Park, so there.
Holy shit! Brit was prepared. Brit came ready to rumble.
I was born in 1983. The 90s were my fucking jam.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Well, welcome. Great to have you back. Solid movie choices, by the way. Definitely good ones there. And again, like Starship Troopers, that was a 90s film. I don't know why I keep thinking some of these are like 2000.
But
yeah.
Would you like to know more?
Yes.
That was a line from Starship Troopers.
Oh, I thought you were literally going to just tell us more.
Oh, he would like to know more.
I'm sorry.
Got him.
Yeah. Brit is on fire tonight.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Service guarantees citizenship. Thank you, Diva.
Way to go, Diva. Oh, that is... Wow. Trolled.
But also take a Demolition Man, for really going with more.
You have seriously good taste in stuff. I'm just saying. Michael, what's up?
Hello.
How do you do?
My name is Michael. My pronouns are he or they, and I am playing Silas, whose pronouns are he, him. He is a seeker, and my favorite movie from the 90s is The Birdcage. Because I watch that movie about once a week.
Yes.
It's a solid good movie to be addicted to. That is very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Now I want to watch it. It's kind of one of those like kind of feel good movies. It's beautiful. It's
one of those it's very mundane, but it's very fun.
Yeah. All right. And Jules, hey, welcome back, my dude.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I am Jules. I am playing Ritter Dalka, he, him pronouns on both fronts, and he is a raper. Because Britt decided to pick 3 movies, I'm going to narrow mine down to 2. One animated, one not. Animated, The Lion King, hands down, is one of the best films ever, and the live action thing looks like a piece of shit, my personal opinion. And if we're going to go with non-animated films, I really, really loved Face Off.
Oh, gosh!
Wow!
I loved Face Off.
Wow!
I watched that shit religiously when I was younger.
I forgot that movie existed.
Yes!
I think John Travolta and Nicolas Cage should do another movie together.
You know what?
Face
I-
Off.
Face-
And then it'll cameo Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is so hot right now, you have to have him in it.
Right?
Good God, Face Off.
Mm-hmm.
Janaya's right. We don't have time to actually play anymore. We're just going to reminisce about movies.
Just movies.
Yeah,
That's all
sorry.
right now.
You didn't want to know if we get caught on fire, right?
Yes, no. We don't need to
Yeah,
talk
we're
about
alive,
this
yeah.
like, big robot dinosaur that's, hovering over you all. No, it's fine. Hey, Natalie, what's up?
Hi, I'm Natalie. She, her pronouns, and I'm playing who was known as Darcy Brown, but she is now going by Ripley Spector because that's how she do. So I'm so happy to have that name change.
Wait,
now.
Ripley,
Also,
what is their last name?
Ripley Spector.
Oh,
Fucking sick. That's awesome.
Super 90s.
So nice. And so her, because
that's
of
like
the
the
ghost
hacker
thing.
name.
So it's great. I love it. She's also she, her. So me, Birdcage, love it. I'm going to be, so my second favorite, and everyone's going to hate me for this, but I have to bring it up. Batman Forever was beautiful to me and awful in its own respect.
I love Batman Forever.
Same. But my all-time favorite was Mrs. Doubtfire. I watched the hell out of that movie growing up so much. Oh.
That's the
Also,
other movie that I watch once a week. I alternate.
Oh yeah, so that was my childhood. Was that? Oh my god.
Oh,
Movies with
I
Robin
love-
Williams, period.
So now I'm
I
upset
love
none of us
the-
said Jumanji.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
also good.
Jumanji traumatized me, and I still can't look at pelicans. Okay, like people post pictures of pelicans on the internet, and I scream and I scroll.
I'm so sorry.
It was the little ape boy for me. That
So-
wasn't fun.
Oh no, our next catchphrase is gonna be Jumanji, guys. It's gonna be bad.
Oh yeah. Oh, now I know your fears.
No.
Oh yeah.
we just
Oh, yeah.
had it, no.
Make sure if
Donate
you
for
donate,
Jumanji.
you can have a wild magic surge, and it's just gonna be an automatic hedge maze set in Jumanji.
When did Arachnophobia come out?
Ooh.
Was Arachnophobia late 80s or very early 90s?
Mm.
I think that was the 70s. Yeah, I think Eight-Legged Freaks came out in the 90s.
Eight-Legged
God,
Freaks was definitely a '90s flick.
That film was so bad. But
Yeah.
It was so bad, but it was so
Arachnophobia was 1990.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
nice.
I like
Well,
that movie a lot.
All right, so before we begin today's show, I'd like to remind you all about me. Oh, well, if you're listening to the pre-game chat,
No.
it wasn't interesting. It was just
No,
Jurassic Park. I loved Jurassic Park. That was my.
Solid pick.
I watched between Jurassic Park and Congo. I watched like
Oh God, Congo.
religiously. Yeah. It was so bad. It was so good. But, this week, we actually have a new sponsor, and it is super cool. Welcome, Gamely. It is an app that is on Google Play, so rip you iPhone users. Huzzah to me for once. Which aims to connect the tabletop RPG players to one another based on their location. You can see players closest to you and those interested in games in common to you. Gamely is free to download via the Google Play Store and will also be available on iOS in fall 2019. And also another shout out to Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All the beautiful maps and rules you see tonight are using Fantasy Grounds, which you could try for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer, and 40k miniatures for 20% off. And this week, we still have hanging out with us, who have been fantastic really all month, is our final sponsor, Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. When we hit 20 retweets today, we'll give away a set of dice to somebody in chat. Let me see if our retweet, goodness gracious, I'm speaking words today. That might be the right tweet. I don't know. Find one of us. It's up there. Go retweet it out. Let's give away some dice. And finally, I'd like to remind you how you can all interact with today's game. You can donate to Impact the Game by giving players natural ones, natural 20s, wild magic surges, and this month's special, which is this year's special, this quarter's special, is a table of pets. We are actually currently in the middle of interacting with a pet that you wonderful friends out there donated and made us to use. And because of Snow Dog's last session, we have another pet coming in the game. Somehow. We'll figure that one out. I don't know, Cobalt. I don't know how to make that work, but we're going to make it happen. Also, if there's a moment that you do love during the show, please remember to clip it, and we'll be using these in highlight reels over on Twitter. With all that fun stuff being said, we can dive back in to 1992, Chicago-ish, Illinois, where a group of kids who were just kids a couple years ago have grown up. They've seen some shit. They've done some shit. They're now teenagers. So they act like shit. And right now, they're trying to get their shit together because everything is literally on fire. Something in the loop blew up. There are chunks of loop all over the place. The kids were underneath or underground inside their hideout and felt this tremor from the ground. As they went upstairs, they were able to hear these tornado sirens ringing all around. Every town, every village was setting one off. they could hear fire trucks and ambulances and more noise coming from the loop facility itself. Helicopters now flying in the air, though having difficulty because the sky is literally enveloped in just thick plumes of choking black smoke. And these kids are now all surrounded by this fire that has been set off by the explosion around them. In this fire came a creature standing about, I don't remember what I said before, but it is now 10-ish feet tall, long-bodied, massive head, one eye that should have maybe been an eye, or maybe just a giant LED, is pulsing with this sickening, fleshy-looking organic material. The other blinking red as it stares down Delay and Ritter, both lying on the ground. Ritter, who is unconscious after having slipped from this dinosaur-looking robot's body after trying to shut it down from behind, only to realize that it is infected still with the machine cancer that had taken out the majority of auto-stabilizing machines back in 1990, rendering the majority of them moot. This one, however, still survived, still active. What are you all doing?
Did we? Is it still moving around? Has the thing been taken out yet, or is it still like writhing?
So it is standing above you because it just doused you in like foam, or it's still trying to foam. I can't remember if we got it to. I think Silas, you did it. You kind of fixed it a bit.
So it was weird. It was like the last couple things that happened. Like I went up and did like a weird touch it in the chest moment, and I mind melded with it. And then Ritter fell off and hit his head, and then it supposedly exploded outwards with foam.
Okay. So we're going to actually pick up straight from there. You see Ritter slipping to the ground as he's trying to jump off and slam his head against the ground. Body goes limp. What are you doing, Silas?
Do I need to roll something? I mean, I would like to try to go at Ritter, go to Ritter.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're there. You're already, you're within distance. You were right up against the T-Rex, and Ritter is on the ground, pretty much next to you. But in this moment, though, as you are kind of leaning over the unconscious Ritter, you have this horrible headache, just this jolt of pain that almost slices through your vision for a moment with a hot flash of red, then just blinding white. And as you reach up for your head to kind of shake it off, there's a headache that you haven't quite experienced before. It is just that intense. When you open your eyes again, you see Ritter about to jump off the T-Rex.
Retcon.
Fucking Ritter, stay there.
What? You told me to get off.
No, stay there. And I think I'm just gonna kind of try to run around the back of this thing toward him as much as possible. Delay, get down.
Right. I jump down.
Yeah,
good voice work there.
Hero week.
Yeah, as confused as I am, I think I'm just trying to act on what I just saw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So
Ritter doesn't seem to understand, but I'm assuming if Silas goes over, he'll kind of like grab his shoulders and kind of like hop down down to make it easier to get down.
So, as you're all kind of moving around, and this dinosaur robot creature is just oozing this white foam type fluid, we're gonna pause where you're at. Ashley, you were on your way to the bunker. You forgot some equipment that you had stored there that you needed for today that you may have forgotten during the week, just to kind of keep it there. As you are walking towards the bunker, you see and hear the explosion. You see as the sky is just filled with the smoke. You see massive chunks of one of the towers from the loop way off in the distance, just being strewn about everywhere for miles out into Lake Michigan, way past into the county, and even a few little chunks and pieces kind of almost like meteoring down towards you. What are you doing?
Have I just parked my car?
If you want, it's up to you.
Because if that's the case, Apocalypse Prepper Ash would rush into the hatchback and get her backpack and her... Oh, wow, what's the word? Baseball bat. I haven't had to use it for like a month.
Okay.
And then rush to the bunker, feeling a little bit of inner confliction because she realizes probably right now she should be checking on Sarah, but she's going to rush to the bunker first.
Okay. So once you get to the bunker, the sky, again, still filling with smoke, the forest now on fire, you hear this mechanical screeching sound, and it is coming from a bit north. You hear the sound of maybe humans, some people yelling at each other, maybe the word Ritter, don't move, stay there. And the latch, the hatch to the bunker is actually still open because everybody was in such a rush. Nobody remembered to close it. Where do you go? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go down, and because I assume this is a very safe place, I'm gonna shut the thing after me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You shut it. The power is still on here. There seems to be a little more dust kind of in the air just from the tremors having shaken the entire facility. And it's not like kids are keeping it clean anyways. So it's just like this layer of dust, and some of this concrete stone had fallen down a bit, but nothing that would seem to cause any alarm. But nobody is in there. You are alone.
I'm gonna haul out because I thought I heard voices.
Mm-hmm.
Ritter?
You're down in the bunker, right?
I went down, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so.
I thought that was where I heard the voices coming from.
No, you heard the so there was the dinosaur screech, and then kind of in the same vicinity were the voices. I'm sorry, they could have been my
I'm
bad.
stupid. I thought it came out of the bunker. Then Ashley, realizing she's being stupid, is gonna pop open the thing, and then pop her head out and scream out Ritter.
Do I hear?
Yeah, you could probably hear.
I think as Ritter's kind of like trying to paw the foam away, because Silas also got covered in the stuff, right?
If you're kind of standing in front of it, it's a little bit.
Did it happen yet?
the foam has been trying to come out. Yes, that has been a continuous thing. Again, there's something that is preventing it from operating properly. because we know there. You kind of saw that the Parahoofer, which is what it's called, is kind of staring at Delay, trying to put out the fire on them.
Right. I think he hears the voice, registers who it is. He pauses, and he kind of steps around Silas, and he'll say, "Ash is here. We need to. There's something wrong with the chest cavity." And he kind of goes over to the front of it. And can I try to tinker to try to open this? I'm probably going to get covered in foam doing this, but all right. 5 and 3. Let's see. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and explain how you kind of see that there's some like bio or machine cancer that is just kind of like keeping it stuck in place.
I'm gonna say that here actually, if I'm using Sarah, okay, that's another success. Because Sarah is kind of like attached to his hand, and he already has kind of like the sharp blades. He kind of like sees where the machine cancer is kind of enveloping where the opening seam would be, and he just very kind of quickly like slices up to open it, and whether or not it explodes the foam, it explodes the foam.
Okay, yeah, so you're very successful in getting that hatch open, and yes, anybody that is standing in front of this creature is just soaked in this very cold foam material. It smells awful, but Delay, it might even feel a little relieving. You're not actually on fire, but the cold feels good on those very severe burns that you have. You know, your hair is singed, your eyebrows are pretty much burned off. You are going to have some pretty bad damage from those burns from having walked into the fire and staying there for quite some time.
Yeah. I think I'm just fine.
God.
That
Okay.
feels better. Feels a lot better. Good job, Britta.
I'm good. I'm glad you feel better.
Chloe will kick the foam off of her boots and walk over to Delay and say, "Can I take a look? We should get this stuff off of you and get something on your skin." Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We should probably get them to one of the med kits downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this thing still like rampaging? Are we still fighting?
Oh, I thought it had
not-
chilled out.
Yeah, I thought it
I
chilled
thought
out
that
with you.
chilled it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be. It's not attacking. It was just trying to follow its prime objective, and the objective was to heal, essentially, Delay, who was on fire. Task completed. So it just kind of stands there for a moment as the foam just kind of like putters out. There's no more. And it just stands there.
So nobody answered me. So Ashley just rushes in their direction, baseball bat brandished.
So as Ashley makes her way to the scene, you see Delay kind of on the ground, covered in this white foam. You see Silas and Ritter also covered in this foam. And Chloe, do you still have like a rock in your hand because you were picking up rocks and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I guess I was slinging rocks. Yeah, I've got a big rock in my hand.
Right. And Ripley, did you pull your gun out at all?
No, because I wanted to become friends with this thing. So I wanted to become friends. I think I might have pulled out Sal, though, to make sure it wasn't a bad thing. Like,
Yes.
Sal was out to make sure there was no bad things. So he's kind of got his head sticking out of probably the backpack. And I'm kind of between Delay and the dino to be okay. Make sure they're okay, but also dinosaur.
Okay. And then,
Okay.
yeah, Ashley, you see this giant, like, mechanical looking dinosaur with very clearly, that is very clearly infected by the machine cancer.
Okay, so I'm going to, being Ashley and being overprotective big sibling, even though I'm younger than half of you, rush up to this thing, try to get myself in between it and probably Delay, who
no.
looks very injured, and scream, "Run!"
It's fine. It's fine.
No, it's cool, Ash.
Put the bat down.
What?
We got it. Or rather, Silas got it. He just kind of like
Meanwhile-
reaches for the bat to pull it down.
Yeah, I think while this is happening, I think Silas runs over to Ritter and is like like grabbing his head, like inspecting it to make sure.
Jesus.
Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
No. What gives? No. Fine, dude. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm sorry. He turns away and lights a cigarette.
He like looks at him really kind of confusedly. All right. How did you stop it? I saw you touched it and your eyes went all like weird and faded. And does this thing listen to you now?
I don't know. Maybe I hit some sort of deactivation something. I don't know.
Silas, is this connected to what you were talking to me about?
He just kind of like looks wide-eyed and he realizes he's got the cigarette in his hand like he described to Ripley. And he's just like,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Delay kind of
So-
walks over to go.
Go.
I was gonna say, Delay kind of walks over to Silas, covered in this foam, just kind of says, "Do you have any extra? Mine are damp."
Yeah. And he pops it. He's still relatively new to this, so he pops one out and hands it to you.
Just sloshes
Okay.
out the hand and kind of takes it.
Smoking's great and all, and super good de-stressor right now, and Ritter kind of like turns and addresses the giant forest fire that's coming their way.
Didn't the
I think this is a
dinosaur-
bit more pressing.
S is the giant robot?
Yeah, but I think he's gonna be just fine. Well, except for
Not with that machine cancer, it's not.
yeah. Hey, Sal, do you know if there's any way to help this guy?
Sal kind of just like looks up. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any way I can do a comprehend to see if maybe I've like talked to people who maybe have tried to minimize on machine cancer and whatnot in the past?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
One success. Good
Okay.
for me.
The machine cancer, most of it ended up going away on its own because it just infected everything until there wasn't really anything left to be infected. But Rick Synergy was able to come up with some sort of like a bioorganic program virus type thing that they were able to implant in some devices, and that was able to shut down the unfortunately it shut down the entire creature, the entire robot, but it stopped the spreading of the cancer as well.
Okay, so it stops it long enough to kind of go in there physically to remove it, and then if you need to reprogram it, you can reprogram it, basically.
No, the cancer destroyed that.
Okay.
So the virus basically just stopped the cancer from spreading, but in doing so, it destroyed the robot.
Okay. All right. And Ritter will relay that information to the rest of the group. It's not a great solution, but
would I know if there's, because I remember I kind of figured out kind of what it was before. Would I know that it had any more reservoirs for this farm, or has it all been depleted with it's like a one-use kind of thing, or is it like another tank in there somewhere?
There should be multiple tanks in this one, but it doesn't seem to be responding to the rest of the fire that is around you, so you can kind of assume that it has nothing left to actually fight fire. It just ejected everything on you.
Okay.
Nice.
I can try and take a look at it if you want.
I think we should go. There's fire?
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
also fire. It is very hot by you.
We should get back to the bunker and get some first aid stuff for Delay. They're
Yeah,
gonna need something
Yeah.
to clean this up. This can't be clean, the stuff that's on him.
Ashley is
No,
also
it's definitely not.
and I'm very sorry about this, but Ashley is turned to Chloe, who Ashley's not seen in 3 years. Hi, who are you?
Are you kidding me? That's
Of course.
Chloe.
Hey, Ash. She just kind of looks down with this not fucking surprised look and shakes her head.
Oof. I think at that, Ritter sees potential conflict, and he kind of goes over to Chloe and kind of nudges her, and he's like, "Okay, let's go to the bunker and grab the stuff."
Yeah.
As they walk off, the legs can kind of walk kind of past. Was kind of going on and kind of walk over to Ashley and just say, "That was dangerous. You shouldn't have done that for me. It's not worth it. But thank you. Thank you."
You look. We should go.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's not the worst I've had. Yeah.
Ashley does not make a very happy face at that.
I'll be there in a minute. I need to look at this. And they're gonna go and just have a look at it.
Ripley's still by the dinosaur. She probably never left because she's just kind of staring up at it while everything else is going on because she doesn't care. So,
Yeah, it's kind of like looking up and down as if trying to scan you for any injuries or fire.
yeah.
It can't seem to do anything about fire. So just kind of awkwardly standing there,
Is this
occasionally
dinosaur
twitching.
Baymax?
I wish.
Yeah, that would be
healing. Don't
super
robot.
effective. You now have
I
a
love
personal healer.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with your care?
But it's a dinosaur, so it just sounds like instead.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's the best doctor visit ever.
Yeah.
Get a better voice box that doesn't remind me of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dr. Dino. Anyways, yeah, Ripley's probably just trying to make conversation to some extent, and she figures everybody else is taking care of Delay, and therefore it's fine.
Delay walks towards you.
Yeah. If Delay's going to insist on staying here, then I'm going to go back to the bunker to get them some towels and some burn cream and some stuff.
Okay. And there is an abundant supply of all of those materials. Again, this was a bunker that was supposed to sustain a lot of people for many, many, many years post Fallout.
Right.
So they're all readily available.
I think Ritter will help Chloe get that stuff, but I think in the process of getting that, he'll kind of look over towards her and be like, should I grab him in case we just can't get back here for a while?
I don't know. I mean, I think that he'll be safer here, but if my concern is that if we have to take him out of here, then how do we keep him going? It's not like we have a lab to keep him going.
Not a real one, no. I'm just concerned that what if the fire spreads? What if the fire gets down here? What if people start investigating? I could... And he kind of pauses for a moment as he's kind of like contemplating. I mean, I know how to get him out.
No. No.
No.
No. That's not a good starting move. I feel like that's a finishing move, not a starting move.
I didn't say I was going to do it right away. We can go with your baggy method.
Yeah.
Remember, like back in the day?
Yeah. I can put him in a jar.
Okay.
I'll put him in a jar and take him with. But I think if it looks like the fire's moving to the bunker, we're gonna have to figure a way to get the equipment out, and I don't know how to get the equipment out. That's the problem. If we lose the bunker, we lose him anyway.
So do you kind of see the direness of what this might be? He can survive for a little bit, and if we have to, maybe we can... He's been in animals before. He doesn't like it.
Okay. I'll put him in a jar. You go grab the towels and the stuff. I'll put him in a jar and I'll hide him in my bag.
Okay. And kind of like he pats her arm. He trusts her to do this. And we'll go grab the stuff and then go back topside.
Okay. I will go in to collect Jacob into a jar and put him in my designer handbag.
If that's not a 90s mood.
It's like a chihuahua, but better.
Right?
Get him a little rhinestone collar.
Oh my gosh.
If that's done, then I think Ashley... Is Silas still upstairs?
Yeah, I think if Ritter and Chloe went down, I think while Ripley and DeLay were kind of near the robot, Silas probably went over to catch Ashley up as much as he could.
Okay, yeah, I would have, go over to you too, even though you look kind of scary now and you're smoking, so Ashley's a little reserved around you. This is probably a stupid question, but is everyone okay?
I suppose so, but we need to talk about Daquan. They charged into the fire. And I can't tell you why.
I mean, I'm the last person that's going to judge somebody for doing something stupidly dangerous.
Right. Yes. Sorry. It is probably none of my business, anyways.
But I if things are exploding, shouldn't we go?
As you say that,
all
like
of us?
something in the background just
I was driving out of town, but I came back. It just.
Got the stuff. Ash, you showed up with your car, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should all get to the car.
Isn't it safer downstairs?
It's debatable. What if people start investigating once the forest burns down? We can't stop this.
Okay, well, let's make sure we seal it up.
Chloe's got it.
Okay.
Delay, did you come up with anything?
As they were talking, I've been trying to hack into this. I got a 1 success in program.
Oh, hey, fantastic.
I'm trying, even with my 2 bloody things, I'm trying to access its prime directives and include prime directive fire extinguishing. So it can use the foam just to smother the flames. Just to see if we can like stop it from spreading.
Okay. So you're successful in programming it, but the output that reads to you as the robot starts to like turn towards the nearest flame, and you just hear like a tick 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 tick, and the words that kind of come back is you're just everything that flows every time it tries to do an action. It just says insufficient extinguishing implementation.
That's what he actually
Shut up.
Reservoir empty. Okay, then I'm going if I can. If I need to, I can run another program. Can I just get it then to start? Because it's a machine ripping down trees or pushing them over so they don't spread to other trees that are not on fire. Because there's mud everywhere, right?
Yeah, because it had just rained, so it's freshly wet, which is somewhat helpful. Otherwise, this place would have really been devastated. So you are kind of commanding it right now from your glove. You commanding it from your glove?
Yeah. It's I get it to jump a few times.
And it is, oh boy, it tries to jump, but it doesn't have the like gears to do that. So it's just like squatting, standing,
and
like repeatedly.
Go up.
That makes Ripley start giggling though, because that is like the coolest thing.
So you're making it dance as it's trying to like walk on over to like the nearest burning tree, and like most dinosaurs, it doesn't have appropriate hands, so it flattens its head and uses that flat base to just start pushing into the tree, and its feet with the metallic claws grip and sink into the dirt and the mud, and kind of slides the dinosaur's body back a bit, but it is eventually like you can hear the breaking of the tree, and eventually it just slams on over, still on fire, but now there's a tree down.
Yeah, it's gonna do this for a while. At least maybe it won't spread as quickly with the mud. Just burn itself out.
It's unless we can get anything major though, I'm not certain we can do much more than slow it.
Yeah.
I think we need to get out of here, and you, Ritter points to Delay, need some serious physical care.
He's not wrong about that. You're not, no offense, you're not looking great.
You don't have eyebrows.
That's fine. I'll just got another jacket back in my And should we go?
I think at this point, Ritter will look back to see if Chloe's come popping out.
Yeah, she's come out with her bag across her back. She kind of puts her hands on it and looks at you.
Where can we leave this guy for right now?
We're going to put him.
I
We'll
don't
have access
know.
to him. How about by the beach? Underneath the overpass?
That should do.
Right.
We can come back and check on him later and see if we can't do anything to help.
Yeah, I have a device back at my place. I can give you the access code so you have remote access if I'm not around.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
It's okay.
And I'll look in to see if I can find some more of that serum, that biovirus, to see if we can stop that from getting any worse.
Yeah. And Pink Today just kind of nods and starts walking. Not really.
Okay. I need all of you who are upstairs to make a perception check. So roll investigate.
Wow,
No
still
success.
one.
That one. Another one.
How am I passing with all these fucking injuries?
Sorry,
and shit?
take the first one. I don't know why I pushed it. I didn't hear it go, so I didn't. I have no success. I don't know why I rolled
Sorry.
this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my roll 20 just crashed. There it is.
Your fantasy crowds crashed.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. They found out.
I was doing so good.
Shit, they're gonna pull the plug.
We'll get you fantasy grants for next week. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Everybody else is using it. Get on board.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
You're a guest. It's fine. We love you.
Did it go?
Yeah, you got 3 successes.
Oh, okay. So everybody else is super successful, but like Chloe is like you are all engaged in conversation about like what to do. What are we gonna do with this big robot thing? Also, yeah, there's fire all around. But Chloe, because you were closest to the bunker coming out, you notice kind of a shadowy figure off in the background, starting to move towards you. And as it comes closer, and you as in the group, you could see that it has a gun, a rifle strapped to its back, is wearing different blues and camo, muddied boots just slapping against the ground. And this guy is just full on sprinting towards you. And behind this this guy is another dark figure that is starting to like, God, how do I describe this? Do you remember Baby Frog? It's like Baby Frog, but bigger. And these big arms are dragging this massive tadpole-looking creature that is burning. And it is just running after this guy, heading towards you. You see this.
Oh,
Chloe.
shit. Fucking run, you guys. Man with a gun. Bad thing.
And you hear Sal pop
And I
out
point.
of, Ripley's backpack. Bad thing! Bad thing!
Oh, shit.
And Ripley will pull out the gun and kind of look towards what's going on.
Delay 2.
I think
The
Chloe
lady-
will remember that her friends are fucking insane and will hide behind the robot.
That's true.
I mean, Ritter wanted to run to the car, but
Ashley has been listening to this conversation of which she does not understand and is now fumbling for her car keys.
Fair enough. Silas, what are you up to?
I'm with the herd. I'm close-ish to Ritter.
Okay.
I don't have a gun, so
I'm actually gonna run towards the dinosaur.
Okay. I mean, you're right at the dinosaur.
Yeah,
It wasn't too far away from you.
I start climbing on it.
Okay. Because you are wet, roll me a force check, and also really hurt. So remember that you have some negatives to your dice pool.
Yeah, it's 2 conditions. Oof, no successes.
Okay, so you go to like try to climb on up from the little wire ladder that's there, and you keep slipping. You can't get a good grip because you just have this foam stuff just freaking everywhere, and it's all over the dinosaur too. So it just seems to be a little too difficult right now for you to get up on the dinosaur. As you're attempting to do that, this man again, the rifle strapped to his back, and he's running. He sees you all now, and he's like, "Get out of here! Go! Run! Run! Run!"
Yeah, I'll start running to my car.
Yeah, I'll take off after Ashley.
I'm gonna drop a towel and grab Silas. I'm gonna go for the car.
Yeah, I stare for but a moment and then get tugged away.
Ripley goes and takes a shot at the bad thing.
Oh, Ripley! Yeah, you're used to this.
This is what she's been waiting for. Come on.
All right. Oh man, how are we doing? Shoot.
How are we doing?
Yeah, literally, that's what I'm trying to do.
Force, maybe? Or...
Is move or force? I'll let you pick your choice on that.
Oh, we're gonna go move then.
Whichever one's higher for you.
Yes, 1 success.
Okay, fantastic. So you fire off a shot, and gun sounds, because we all know how to make them, right? Pew, pew. And this bullet, you see the soldier now very clearly in military camouflage, kind of ducks down at the sound of the gun firing, and the large tadpole-like creature just kind of like the bullet hits it, ripples a little bit, doesn't seem to slow it down right now.
Okay. Yeah. Seeing that, Ripley's going to be like, all right, plan B. And is there any fallen trees out and around nearby towards the fire? Because she's going to just try to trick this thing into getting into fire.
Yeah. There's tons of fallen trees and tons of fire. Have your pick.
Seeing that and seeing the bullet not really doing anything, they next to the machine, because I still have remote access, I'm gonna get it to focus on the gelatinous flame thing, and program it to hold and subdue, to discharge and save victim of the flame. So get it to subdue it and grapple it or knock it down, like it was trying to do with us.
Oh, okay. All right. Roll me a program. Let's see how successful this programming is.
Okay, I'm gonna use my iconic item, which is my power glove, for it as well. So I don't know how you do that with the skill.
You just add two more dice to your pool.
Okay. What was it? Program, right? I have 2 successes plus 3 successes.
Okay, cool. So, the dinosaur robot immediately turns its head towards the creature that is on fire, and just starts barreling again. You hear the claws digging into the ground, and it just charges. The man sees this dinosaur creature and starts like trying to veer off, like a little like more towards you all now, as the dinosaur is charging straight into this, and the tadpole, the flaming tadpole creature, now focuses its attention on the much larger larger target, and the two of them start running at each other and just slam into each
Kaiju
other.
battle.
It's such a kaiju battle right now. You have a flaming tadpole
Everything around it.
and a cancerous robot, and the robot, you could hear the clicking sounds it's trying to make to extinguish the flames, but nothing is left in its tanks to do so. But the other command was to subdue, so it is trying to use its gripping, though small, kind of like tongue-like hands to hold on to and reposition against the flaming tadpole. And
it's like playing with it like a video game.
right.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Delay is just in total control, like trying to just continue to overpower this thing. The tadpole comes down and just tries to slam one of its ridiculously muscular arms, at the head of the creature. The creature wails, the dinosaur wails out, as if it feels like it's some wires have kind of been jostled around, and it has no mouth of its own to sink down to bite into it, but you control it to slam its head right back against it, Delay. And again, the creature now tries to sink those sharp razor teeth that you have all seen before, dripping with acid, right into the shoulder region of the creature. And the two duke it out for quite some time. All of you there is kind of observing. Even now, the soldier kind of like stands down and just kind of in bewilderment is watching this sight go on before him, standing in front of the kids, in between the dinosaur and the giant flaming tadpole. Delay, I'm going to have you roll, and I would like... Ritter, how about you roll for me? I don't have any dice on me right now because I'm terrible. Just roll me... each of you roll me a d6. Delay, you are representing the dinosaur. Ritter, you are representing the...
Okay.
flaming tadpole.
6.
You got a 2.
Yeah, 2. Okay. So the tadpole has the advantage right now and slams the dinosaur down into the ground. Some of the acid is eating away and burning up some of the machine cancer. Some of that bioorganic material is just disintegrating because of the acid damage, and it is now kind of getting into some of its panels. I would like both of you to again roll me d6s, please.
Roll a different dice to see if I fail.
Gonna fray.
And
Delay's
then
gonna.
I also got a 3.
Okay. So right now they are currently just locked in this position. Delay, you are trying so hard to get some of this dinosaur's machinery to work properly, but it is old, it is sluggish. It is now taking some pretty gnarly damage from the acid, and the creature kind of has like a tooth stuck in this in between some of the metal. So they're kind of gridlocked right now. I'd like you both to make another d6 roll for me, please.
I'm gonna walk up to the soldier and just say, "We're waiting for a shooter, goddammit!" And
Ripley's also going to start trying to find a
Typical
large
human.
enough, pointy enough stick that she can
4.
set on fire and stab the tadpole.
Okay. So 4 versus a 3. Oh yeah, I don't have dice on me. Ripley, you're gonna try to stab at it with a
pointy, fiery stick, as much as one I can find right now.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a force.
Okay.
Show my reels off a little bit to show them, but NPCing it up
Nice.
properly.
nice.
Beautiful.
One success. I'll take it.
Okay. So go ahead and explain to me how what you're doing.
Yeah, so I kind of, because we're surrounded by, wood and fire, I find enough of a pointed tree branch, get it on fire, and then I'm kind of, as the the tadpole's more so trying to grapple the dinosaur at this point because he's got that tooth in him. And while he's like on the dinosaur, I go for like the like hind legs of whatever they have, and I just go and I stab into it. And then probably leave that in him as deep as I can push it and back off.
Okay, it's in there, and you again, you hear this just like the satisfying feel. You know exactly what it feels like to stab one of these bad thing creatures. You haven't seen one this particular size. This is pretty massive, but you are able to sink that stick deep into its tail. It doesn't have hind legs. It's kind of like this, again, like a tadpole. So it slithers and uses its big, massive arms to make
for that
giant
reason,
movements.
the tail, I want to see if I can't get it through and into the ground a bit.
Oh, snap. Okay, roll me another force. This one's going to be a little more difficult. That's a pretty tough movement to do. You got it in. It's stabbed.
One more success.
Damn.
Okay. So you managed to get it in super deep. Like you are now almost touching it, and it's trying to rear back and howl, but its tooth is still wedged into gridlock essentially with the dinosaur. And you let go, but the tail is still kind of like flailing around. It did get all the way through, but man, did you get it in there deep. And as you're doing this though, the soldier whips out his rifle and he aims and just starts making sure, well, shit, now there's a kid over there, so he's like, get out of there, get out of the way. And he's like, trying to yell at you.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, is kind of all of this is happening at once. The tadpole creature and the dinosaur, again, the tadpole takes both of its arms and raises it up and just slams it down against the head panel of the dinosaur repeatedly over and over while the dinosaur is trying to shift around and get from under it. But again, it just doesn't have the mechanical ability to handle something quite like this, despite how well Delay is trying to control it and quickly reprogram its objectives. This is some insane work going on by Delay, but it just doesn't seem to be enough to fully take on this tadpole. Ripley, you said you are moving away now so that the soldier can fire. As you are making your way back in, the soldier takes a couple of shots and hits the creature square on multiple times, about 6 or 7 shots, just kind of like pew, 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 pew. I just don't ever have me do bad noises. It's
Blam.
stupid. There you go. Thank you. We'll insert them in post. And the creature finally is able to break its tooth out from the dinosaur, and it now is pushing off and trying to move away, although the dinosaur is still, though struggling, trying to grapple it. It eventually, though, escapes its grasp and flees back into the fiery woods.
And Delay walks steps 5 feet back from this individual, and as I see the thing running away, the man hears a click of my gun as I point it towards him, behind him. Who are you?
I wouldn't do that, son.
Ask you a question.
And he keeps his gun still positioned up to where he had been shooting. And he goes, my name is maybe Lieutenant. I really don't know anything about the military. My apologies. Lieutenant Hernandez.
Here's Yeho Commando.
He's just a crazy person that lived in the woods.
Oh my gosh. It's great.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeehaw Commando now. Lieutenant Hernandez of the United States Naval Forces. Put that gun down.
I think you need to put yours down first, buddy.
And he slowly goes to set it down.
Step 1 foot back. I keep my gun pointed.
He slowly turns around. Kind of, hands up.
Tags.
But I need you to make a move check.
Yeah, fuck.
Dennis was gonna knock you again.
Damn it. My body hurts. No. Ugh. Can I push myself? Oh. Jesus. 3 successes.
Jesus
Okay. Okay, Yeehaw Commander.
Commander Yeehaw is gonna take you to Humble Pie Town.
You're gonna get
That's
wrecked.
That's it, I'm Yeehaw.
He's gonna yeehaw.
So Daquan, you take a step back. The gun's still pointed. You're not a trained military personnel. So as you take that step back, he quickly uses some special combat maneuver and grabs your hand, twists your wrist, flips it around. The gun is now pointed at you.
Ripley pulls out her gun and has it out now at him.
I just stare at him.
What the fuck's the rest of us doing at this?
Alex pulls out his fucking.
We
gun.
went to the car. We went to the car, and now we're like, shit. Where's everyone else?
Where's everyone? Yeah.
Oh shit!
We left a child behind. Literally.
Did you really split? Half of the party went to the car? And the
I think so.
Went to the car.
Yeah, everyone else ran.
I mean,
that's
it's
fair.
possible that we ran a little ways and then realized that Delay and Ripley weren't with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And
And
went
you
back
know,
to-
heard gunshots.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
probably
you-
when
you
we
would
heard
hear the
gunshots,
I want to hear gunshots.
we would have
Mhm.
gone back.
Yep, and you'd hear the mechanical yelling. You'd hear the howling from the tadpole. Yeah. So
I think
we
that
just-
that despite the fact that Ashley didn't recognize her, that Chloe would give Ash the same, like, can you believe these fucking people look that she used to give, like 3 or 4 years ago, and sigh and turn around and start walking back.
Ashley literally cannot believe these fucking people, but runs back. After unlocking the car so that everyone can get in it quick. When they
For all the
can.
stupid medical supplies I'm not using in there.
Yeah, so Ripley's pulled out her gun now, again, towards
Mhm.
Hernandez.
I'm just staring at the
Please,
guy.
sir, just we're on.
you
the
are
same-
civilians. You're not supposed to be in this area. You need to evacuate. It is not safe.
I'm going to go with we just helped you against that thing. Otherwise, you'd be running into the fire, and you'd probably be either eaten by that guy or, be on fire.
You can see some of his uniform is actually ripped, probably from where the creature had gotten in a couple licks at him.
Mhm. You look like someone who hasn't fought one of these things before. So I would
He just doesn't
recommend.
answer. He's got because you have the gun pointed at him. He has a gun pointed at Delay.
Mhm.
He's
If
not
you
going to
do
answer
it,
your
put the
question.
gun down.
Hmm?
I say to Hernandez, either do it or put the gun down. I just stare coldly at him.
You need to evacuate this area immediately. It is unsafe. Do you not see the fire?
Yeah, we were working on that until you and that creature came in here. We saved your butt. A thank you would be nice, and then we'll happily leave.
Then thank
Can we
you.
show up yet?
Go. Get out of here. Yeah, you could show up. Try to
Whoa,
do-
whoa, 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 guns?
You come into a standoff.
Good old Mexican standoff.
This is why we shouldn't have guns.
Okay.
As soon as you can let go of my friend there, we're gonna go. You still need to do that part.
He just kind of stares at you. Delay. And then looks, just kind of like shift his eyes so that he can look at Ripley. And he doesn't put the gun down, but he kind of positions himself so that it is not fully pointed at Delay.
Seeing that Ripley will at least take that as a moment of trust and not directly be pointing the gun at him, but it's still ready.
Okay. I don't know what you kids are doing out here, but you need to evacuate. Something very bad just happened. This is unsafe for civilians.
Why are you alone?
I wasn't. We got separated.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
The loop exploded. There was an explosion over there, and we are trying to evacuate the area.
What?
Were you stationed
why?
near there? Or you just come across it?
I just came across it. We were here for training. You need to leave.
So do you.
Wait. What did you say your name was?
Lieutenant Hernandez. Delay, you look at his patch, and it very clearly says JJ Hernandez.
I look towards him. So, name's Lamont. Father was Henry Lamont.
You could see that he's thinking on this for a moment. And he moves to put the gun away. Just kind of tucks it in his belt. Because it's not his gun, but it's his gun now.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit. Guns, no. And he kind of looks you over. Maybe if you cut your hair, cleaned up a little bit, add some eyebrows, I could see the resemblance.
So, can I get a quick clarify? He put the handgun away, and he doesn't have his rifle pointed at anyone.
Correct. He had set his rifle down, so it's by his feet. But he took the gun from Delay.
Mm-hmm.
So Delay does not have a gun anymore, and that is now just tucked in his belt.
Tucked in his belt.
Mm-hmm.
Delay, you know this guy?
What do you
As
think?
soon as he tucks it in his belt, I'm clocking him on the head with the bat.
Yes! We're just gonna kill this guy one way or another.
Oh my god! Okay,
Jesus Christ.
please.
Can I like see? Can I see Ash do this and fucking stop her?
Do you
That's
want to roll?
yeah, you're gonna. This is a challenge roll. If you're gonna try to stop her, and
Yeah.
she is fast.
That's fine.
It's great. I love it.
Can I roll 2? Or would that be unfair?
Well, let's just have Ritter roll. Roll a move.
Okay.
Both of us?
Both of you roll move.
Oh god.
Boom. I got no successes.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Ashley, roll force.
I
God.
got 3 successes.
That's a nightmare.
Oh my god.
Cursed.
What happened? What happened?
Ritter,
I
you
see
see
free.
Ashley about to wind up, and you go to be like, "No, wait!" And as you say and move and make those sudden movements, Hernandez starts pulling out the gun to look towards you, Ritter. You were a distraction, so he's looking over towards you. Ashley, you have the perfect shot. What are you doing?
I just want to clock him in the head, on the side of the head,
Oh, the temple. Great.
Yeah.
knock him out.
Yeah, the dangerous part.
I know.
Oh,
If I see Hernandez starting to pull up his gun, Ripley's starting to go back to aiming at him. She's not
I mean,
pulling,
there's-
but she's
I
There's
just want to
been-
lay him out.
you hear just the sound of a wooden baseball bat colliding with a human head, and just
I think with 3 successes,
Hernandez
his
is
head flies
hitting the
off.
ground hard.
He's dead. He's dead.
Okay, I'm gonna wheel around. He saw us here. He saw where the bunker was. He's military. He's the enemy. We need to go. We need to
Could have
hide.
gotten information out of him first. Good job.
Chloe's gonna run over and check his pulse.
I'll pick up the rifle.
Good.
You took
good-
my
good
gun, I take
call.
his rifle.
Take the
Okay,
rifle.
go
Oh
back
yeah,
too.
are we
Take
disarm
the
him?
gun.
Pockets, does
Take
anybody
the
keep
gun
any
back,
gold on
too.
him?
Look at you
So
guys
sorry, can I
play
loot the
D&D
body?
once and you know to loot people. Like, it's so cute.
Can I please loot
We
the
take
body?
his social security card.
We cut his fingertips off. We pull out all of his teeth.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh,
Throw him
yeah.
in the fire. Burn the body.
Hard.
Don't tempt me.
Why did you give him your name?
Oh, Ripley's super into the whole looting the body now.
I strap it on. You said you were doing something, Chloe? As you were like checking his pulse, I strap it on. It's. Can someone help me carry him? Good job. But we don't know if you can trust him, Ashley, but my father did.
Oh,
That's great, but we didn't want him to see the bunker.
what are
He
we
was
doing with
about
the body?
5 minutes away from finding the bunker.
Chloe, is he
I
dead?
Is he dead?
Chloe, he is not dead, but you go to look at the wound and it's
Bad.
not pretty. It is already swelling profusely.
Is it?
The eyeball is like kind of protruding a bit from the
Yep.
socket. Yeah.
Uh,
It's bad. It's real bad.
Okay, look, I didn't mean to get 3 successes, okay?
You rolled them dice.
Chloe just kind of shakes her head and looks at everyone and is like, "But he's not dead, but I don't know
Right,
for
then
how
if-
long."
If we like him, if he's not bad, and she kind of looks
You
at
shouldn't have
Dele
beaten
with
his
his
brains
eyes
out.
bad.
We don't know if he's bad or not, alright? We can't trust.
Then what are
We
we
also
doing
don't
with
know
the
if he
body?
has brain damage.
What are we doing with this body then? We can't leave it here. It's gonna, or unless we want it to die, in which case, yeah, sure, there's fire. But
We,
if we're taking care of this,
your car is nearby, Ashley?
Yes.
We can take it back to my place. Crystal knows some field triage. We can get it set up.
I can't get 7 people in my car.
I'll.
Well,
that's
I
fine.
probably could actually. It's
My
a
bike's nearby.
station wagon.
Someone else can jump on my bike.
I'll do that. I don't really feel like being in a car right now. So, take the body. We'll meet you there.
I like pick up like Hernandez. Like I'm trying to carry him.
I'll
I'll
help
try
you.
to
Probably
carry
great.
him as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, with 2 people, you're able to to carry him over towards the car.
I want
I
to
say once
stop
again,
by
good job.
the entrance to the bunker and make sure it's shut tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. What's everybody else doing?
I'm looking at my character sheet. That's why.
Ripley will probably help spot just to make sure the body doesn't. I don't know if the guys are. If they do have any issues with. If Delay and Ritter have any issues with helping the body, I will.
Body. He's not dead yet. Oh gosh.
But like Ripley will help, like
Not
open
bad.
door, move things around, get body into car, get Hernandez into the car. How about that? Unconscious Hernandez.
There you go. The body's a name.
Hey, I'm glad all those towels are back there. You know, keeping Ash's car free of blood.
Yeah,
So
I think
the seats were already pushed down, and there's like a sleeping bag laid out in the back because it's a station wagon. So we can just toss him into the back. Some people are gonna have to sit near him.
Chloe will sit near him and put towels around him to try and support his head, and just like she won't look at anyone. She's just kind of looking at this guy.
Okay.
Silas, I think, just fucking hops in the passenger seat and is just dead ahead, still smoking.
Cool.
Just
I'll hop in
staring.
the backseat too. I'll take care of the legs portion. Contemplate things while staring at Chloe's bag.
All right, I'm gonna put the keys in the ignition, and I'm gonna look over at Silas. I don't let people smoke in my car.
ooh. For a brief moment, you see, perhaps for the first time, Silas looks kind of pissed, and he flicks the cigarette out the window and doesn't say anything.
Well, I guess everything's already on fire anyway. And we'll start driving.
All right. Delay, where are you taking everybody? Or where did you all decide that you were going? Were you go visit your anchor?
No, so I have no my anchor's May, but it's like it's an apartment that was kind of like abandoned. So it was kind of broke in and not staying there. So I lead everyone there because when we were doing our stuff, we couldn't really go to hospitals because we were criminals, so we had to like medical stuff and like field triage and things like that. And Crystal was better than that than I was. So
Okay.
And we can't take this guy to a hospital. So that's my first call.
You could.
We could. A branch hit him.
Just a real thick branch.
That's my. I don't trust this guy, even though like people can, but that's what Danae's pointing out there. So whatever the group wants to do.
Well, I think the group was gonna follow you because you're on your bike.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I take him there then.
Okay.
And I join
so
on the
we will. We're gonna head to the apartment complex then. Would you like to take a moment and explain? Give us all a little visual picture as to what this looks like.
Yeah. It's near the kind of rundown area where most of the debris and the flood kind of was, where some buildings have just kind of been left to kind of, there was renovations happening, but it just never got to this area because it was like, a poorish part of the town. And as you kind of go down to where there would be like an underground car park, it's just flooded. So there's actually like a side way past it where you get the back of the building. And there's the back wall where the door would be, it's just like caved in. And it just leads to a number of stairs that lead up. Rusty kind of like metal stairs.
Okay, and will you also explain Crystal?
Yes,
I'm assuming
Crystal.
they'll be there, yeah?
Yes, they are. Crystal is a Taiwanese girl, side of the hair shaved like black, on one side, like long on one side, purple kind of creeping up the edges, uh, kind of wearing like a camo kind of. Like pants, boots, just some like old shirt that was like laying around. It's probably all written in Russian. That's on there. And she works with a cane. She's about five, 6. In the center of the room is this 5'9" robot, human face, and then there's like 3 bullet holes in the center of the chassis. That's the area.
Okay. So you all arrive at this apartment complex and manage to haul out the not really looking great body of Lieutenant Hernandez. You manage to get him up the stairs. Delay, you have already, I'm assuming, gone in. And Crystal's kind of like just hanging out on the couch, looking over at you, like, you're back early?
Yeah, I'm probably coming in. Extensive head wound, massive trauma, probably internal bleeding and swelling. We need your help.
Shit, Delay, what did you do? Like,
It
she
wasn't
pushes
me.
off and starts setting up, like, you know, grabbing some stuff from some shelves and some, like, you know, like in the corner where there is some medical supplies, and kind of starts setting up a little triage area. All right. Jesus.
There's 5 coming as well.
Are you compromising this place? Delay, what did you do?
I had no choice, all right? I'm sorry. He knows my father. This could be a lead.
She kind of pauses in her anger at you for potentially compromising the location. But the fact that you mentioned that they know your father, she kind of shrugs. It's like, you know, okay, let's go. She grabs some, you know, a couple more supplies, gets some stuff ready. At this point, you are all probably now kind of like piling into the apartment. 2 of you kind of huffing and puffing as you're carrying this body up the flight of stairs and into the room. Crystal looks at all of you, clearly seeing the body, signals you to, you know, place the body here. And assuming you do so, she will start getting to work, see what's going on. As she is starting to kind of like inspect the body, she can clearly see the head, but is looking for any other injuries, noting some lacerations, some acid damage, some scalding from the fires that, you know, you were all just standing in. And as she kind of like looks at some areas that were singed a bit, she looks back over to Delay like, what the fuck happened to you? Because Delay, again, you are burned.
And I'm fine, don't worry about me. Just save him, all right? I'm fine.
Oh, son of a bitch, you don't have to be a big kid. And so she reaches and grabs like a small burn treatment kit and just tosses it over at Chloe. Doesn't know who you are, doesn't care who you are, just, will you please help him with this? And just launches this packet of, you know, bandages and ointments and stuff over at you.
She'll catch it and then
Ritter like
she'll
has
just
it already, and he's like, okay.
look at Delay and point at chair and just look back at them and say, sit.
All right. They do.
She'll go cleaning like the foam off of them and getting burn treatment stuff on them.
Take off my jacket, but nothing else. My gloves stay on.
Iconic. It's a thing in this game.
I'm gonna grab a tissue and clean the blood off my bat.
It's going to be difficult to do that. some of that bat is probably splintered a bit where it had collided, and yeah, it's gonna stain.
It's fine. It's already acid pitted anyway from
That's
Getting bad
true. It
things.
certainly would not function at Little League anymore. But
Would I need
Almost
to roll
everybody's-
some kind of investigation, or would I just be able to see? Is there any like cohesion signage or symbolism anywhere in this place?
that would be up to Delay. Would you like me to have him roll for you, or
I think no. I think like there's where Crystal was laying on the couch. There's probably like some fabric that she was like had over her. You see like embroidered near the bottom is it's like the cohesion symbol. There's like a C with like a cross in it.
Okay. Silas, once everything is kind of settled, leaves.
just leaves?
He fucking turns and walks out the door.
What the fuck is going on with everybody today? I think like Ritter had like enough sense to probably register Crystal, because Delay mentioned Crystal before. Registers her, does the whole like, I have a mech, okay, never mind. Sees the robot that's not functional in the corner, right?
Nope.
Notes that, and then sees Silas walking past him. Where are you going?
I'll be fine. I just need some air.
Right. Well, and I think he's already kind of like making his way towards the door. He kind of looks towards the rest. And he's like, so we have to go do a report. Chloe, can you keep me in the know?
You hear Crystal. No. You're not going anywhere. You're going to
Excuse
sit
me?
your little butts down over there.
Saying that to Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
His brows go up. No, I'm sorry. We have other things we gotta do.
You can hear her sigh deeply. It's like
He doesn't
Delay.
care,
this
he's
is
already walking
why
towards the door.
You don't let people come here. You need to go get them and bring them back. Now.
Miss,
Now.
do you have a bathroom?
Yes, it's over there.
I
Points.
want it.
Uh,
Oh, go.
I'm grabbing Ripley and dragging her gently into the bathroom with me.
Meanwhile, where Ripley was, where she was looking at the robot chassis, and kind of as Ritter and Silas walk out, they probably can't see it. She's just like, whatever, guys, flipping them off. And then she gets dragged into the bathroom.
I love our party dynamic, guys. Great teamwork.
So good. God.
Chloe, you're in charge.
Fantastic.
Delay.
The
Fix
delay
this now.
delay goes like to go after them, but it's slow. So if Ritter and Silas want to have a scene, they can have that. But I'm making my way towards them.
Yeah, I mean, I think as quick as I can, I fucking leave the complex and I'm standing in front of the building. Not the complex, but leave the building and I'm standing in front of the outside.
Okay. it takes Ritter just like a few more moments to get down there. He kind of does like a quick look and kind of breathes like a sigh of relief in seeing Silas hadn't stormed off.
Just kind of
He's just
pacing
like,
back and forth.
Okay. I want to roll an empathize. This is gonna suck.
Go for it.
Nope. Nada.
He's perfectly fine. He's actually really happy right now.
He just needs a cigarette.
He just needed some air, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he sees him walking back and forth, and he's just like, okay, are you actually just gathering your thoughts, or are we gonna go report?
I don't want to report. I don't want to be... I am not part of this. And I don't think you want to be either, but I'm sick of all this cohesion. It's done nothing but cause trouble for the both of us, and you know it.
And it's gotten us more information to trying to find your mom. It's gotten us more information about what the Derek Corps and what the Ivani have been up to. It's gotten us more information about Rick Synergy.
Rick Synergy is gone.
Yeah.
My mother is gone. My father is gone. I don't want to lose you too.
I'm here. Like, there's nothing to be worried about. We're just trying to get information. You know that. We're not trying to shoot people or beat their brains in. We weren't the ones that acted out. I don't know what the fuck their problem is.
Everything is
and
so...
they're not cohesion.
Neither am I.
He kind of like, he shakes his head and he looks away. Well, Wolf's been watching you this whole time. You know, we're practically both a part of it. What else are we gonna do? We can't just stop now. The fucking loop exploded.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
If you want to just chill for a minute, smoke a cigarette, chill out, that's cool.
I'm fine. Really,
you're not. No, you're not fine. I can't tell what's wrong with you because you had a weird psychedelic moment where you stared at a robot dinosaur and all of a sudden it stopped freaking out. Or you looked at me as if it didn't fucking happen. I'm not an idiot, man. What's going on?
There are things I don't know. I don't understand. All I know is that I look at you and you're dimming.
What?
And I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Are you talking about Sarah? He kind of like he pats where the robot kind of reformed into a ball.
There is... Victor, I don't... It's fine. Okay? Just give me a moment.
Okay. I'll give you a moment. And I think like Ritter's so like stressed out about the fire and everything. He just kind of like he puts his hands up and he just goes back inside.
As you go back inside, where the broken entryway was, you see Delays that's been standing where the wall is on the inside wall, and just kind of leaving you two to talk.
I think Ritter stops, sees that, and he kind of pauses and then kind of continues up until he's right beside Delay, and then he'll look over towards them from the side and he'll say, "How much did you hear?"
The second half.
Is there a way to tell if someone's lying or not?
I'm not lying.
Okay.
You guys were shouting pretty loud.
Everyone's lying in this game.
Yeah, they heard like the second half, but you guys were like talking pretty loud. But that's like what they heard, like the dimming and whatnot.
Right. He just kind of just shakes his head. It's like he's just stressed out because we moved back and everything. We'll sort it out later. We'll go back upstairs once he's had a cigarette.
All right. You sure?
No, I'm not. And he just kind of keeps walking up.
For the record, while Silas is hanging outside, he does not smoke. He's literally just kind of staring into the middle distance.
If you want to do another scene, I can, but I think the Delay is gonna like talk to Silas. But if you wanted to blip somewhere else, because I've had enough screen time.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna shift on over to. Yeah, we've got Chloe, and Ashley and Ripley. So what would you all like to do right now while like that whole scene was kind of going on?
Well, I had kind of gently-ish shoved Ripley into the bathroom and then shut the door behind me. You know why I had to do that, right? I'm like trying to whisper, but I don't want to whisper because the mic won't pick it up. But
What are you talking about? Like which part of this?
He was about to find the bunker.
Oh, I'm super in favor of what you did. I have nothing. Almost found the bunker. Also, saw a creature and wasn't totally. I mean, he was freaking out a bit, but he saw us. He saw me with a gun. That's not actually all that great either. He saw Delay. There's a lot of things that he saw. And so no, I'm in full support of this right now. I don't know who this guy is, and unless we can get him on our side, I don't know what else to do with him. That said, there's a thing out there, and I'm kind of itching to go after it.
I thought that was going to be a harder sell. Okay.
I mean, no, thank you. It means I didn't have to shoot him, which is good, because then I would have risked hurting Delay. So, I'm good with it. I think you did maybe a little too much damage, but you're stronger than you know, as always, so... Yeah.
Yeah, that was not... Yeah.
It's whatever.
Is there a window in the bathroom?
No.
Okay. That would have been too easy.
I'm trying to think of like apartment bathroom windows, not very frequently on here.
No.
Do you think we should ditch these guys or see this through? What do you think?
I mean, he's here now. Delay and his people, I mean, they'll, I guess, take care of this. I trust them to figure this out, and I really want to get rid of that thing now that I know it's out there. Because that's what I do. So I'm all for getting out. I don't know what you're about to go do.
Yeah. Maybe we should try to. I don't. I'll follow your lead on this.
What do you mean you'll follow my lead?
You just said it's what you do.
Yeah, which means I'm gonna go out there, Sal and I, as we have done for the majority of the last 3 years, and we're gonna go hunt down bad things.
Oh, that's what you do in the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, I could come.
Why? What does it matter to you? Hasn't mattered in the last few years.
Yeah, okay. I'll distract them so you can get out of here then.
Cool.
And Ashley will open up the door and walk out.
Okay. Janaya, what are you up to?
Chloe's just gonna stand awkwardly and do that thing where you like cross your wrists in front of you and look around. And eventually she's gonna walk over and pick up a couple of like medical gloves, look at Crystal and be like, do you need some help?
Yeah, if you want to help, that'd be great. Here, can you wrap his head? I want to try to go get some medicine.
Yeah. She'll put on gloves and just start doing the best she can to apply stuff. And also, I kind of want to get an idea, like maybe I can roll comprehend on whether or not it's possible to save him here, or if he's going, because Chloe kind of feels like he should maybe go to a real hospital.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead. Yeah. I think comprehend would be the
well, I failed, so.
Oh no!
9 dice, whatever.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, if you need to convince people of something, you also have your shames and your. There's no pride anymore. It's just shame.
Yeah. No, I don't think that.
That
I don't think that
applies.
it makes sense to check my shame here,
Yeah.
But she'll just kind of look it over and be like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'm just going to do what this woman says and just kind of bandage him and make sure all the brain bits are on the inside, I guess.
You know, if she's concerned about the well-being of this guy, Chloe does have something that could biologically help. Just saying.
That's true.
Planting that seed there.
I like that. She realizes that, and I think you like as the camera kind of pulls in, and you see as Crystal looks away, her suddenly get this look on her face, and look at her bag, and look at the door that Ritter went out.
That Ritter comes back in through.
He's gonna roll a move to get up those stairs quick enough.
Hey, he's got long enough legs.
My son.
You guys did have a pretty long conversation out there.
That's
true.
You
Yeah, we
all
did.
had a very
Yeah, we
long
did.
conversation. So, Chloe, again, you don't have to do it. It was just a thought intrusion.
I know. I think she would ask Ritter first. I think she has like just other issues with that and would feel really bad if she didn't ask.
It's fair. That's very fair. So we'll have a couple minutes go by as everybody was doing their conversations. Ritter, you can come back up. Delay, you're coming back. Oh no, you're talking with Silas. Is that what you wanted? Okay. we'll switch on over to that real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Did I kind of walk out and just say, "Are you all right?"
Yes, fine. Just need some air. It's a bit cramped up there.
You seem put off with everything.
Well, seems like there's a lot happening. I don't know how I'm supposed to react. People, dinosaurs, and fire, and
Haven't you been fighting these things in Sweden? About the wolf pack, right? You can get information.
getting information. Yes, not invading, not reconnaissance, and nothing else. And even that, I don't want to discuss it.
Are you sure? Been through it all before?
We are not the same. I am not part of your organization.
I didn't say we were the same. I said I've been through stuff. So I understand. That's all I'm saying. Look, whatever problem you might have had with me 3 years ago or whenever, we're older now, different, we've been through a lot. Both of our childhoods were stolen. If you want to take off, fine. You can go. Crystal's a hard ass, but she'll fall in line. And they'll put a hand on your shoulder, kind of tap it, and just say, "I'm not going to force you." And they'll walk back in the building.
Silas is trying so hard to still be pissed for no reason at Dayquan. Silas wishes he could hold grudges, but he's really not good at it. This is literally the
That's a lie.
only
You can hold
reason-
grudges very easily.
The only reason that he doesn't like Delay that much is because in the first scene that they met, they lit a cigarette in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still pissed about that. But
Fucking
now, even
irony.
earlier today, with Ashley and him smoking in the car, he realizes, like, all this shit is, like, running through his head like the fucking lady with the math meme. It's just not, it's...
Not computing.
Exactly. So I think, you know, he doesn't respond immediately. He's very, very quiet, and I don't think he even really looks at you again. But within the next minute or so, he will come back upstairs.
Yeah. And we enter the room. Everyone's dead.
Jacob's killed everyone.
Yeah,
Ritter-
you just see the
Ritter-
body standing up.
Whoops.
Ritter had
Once
come in
everyone... Oh, sorry.
before them, right? Had Ritter
Yeah.
come in before, like long before them?
Ritter
So,
came in before Dayquan, or Delay, and Delay came in before me. So I'm like the last.
Got it.
I imagine I'm probably not here quite yet.
So as
Ash and
soon
Ripley
as
came on, I guess, before
Ritter
that.
comes in.
I said I think Ash and Ripley came out before Ritter came back.
Before.
Ash
Before
came
Ritter?
out. I'm gonna say Ripley's still
Room
staying in the
simulator.
bathroom for a minute.
I know, good God. Is this a hallway scene?
This is why every game needs initiative.
That's all art.
At this point, we've all left. Crystal's very mad.
Yeah, Crystal's
Ripley-
pissed. But for story's sake, Chloe, I see where you're going with this. Let's say Ritter walks in before Ashley and Ripley are done having their conversation.
Ripley
Okay.
stays in the bathroom, though, for the record. So it's only Ashley that actually exists.
Okay.
When Ritter comes in, Chloe's gonna take off her gloves and kind of look at this guy and walk over, and she's gonna put her hand on his arm and say, Ritter, he's pretty hurt. Like, hurt. And I don't know if he's gonna be okay without help. And she looks at her bag.
I think he kind of leans down so that like they're kind of like whispering to each other. Great imagery for when Silas walks in. But and he kind of like a hand reaches towards the bag and he'll say, "You're sure that he's not gonna make it?"
I'm not a doctor, but she kind of like gestures at the mess on the towels and like, a head wound has so much blood. So there's just like tons of blood and his eye is all swollen and I mean, he might not die, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to be okay, Rita.
There might not be a lot left.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't wake
But I
up,
don't.
what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
His head like nudges into hers.
If we could do something, maybe it would be enough to take the swelling down or something so that it just doesn't. I mean, his brains are going to be swelling, and that's bad. Maybe
It takes a couple days for it to really take effect.
Oh.
But it might keep him from dying. But the biggest thing is the information, right? That's what Delay wants.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is it's not dying, but I understand that the information's real important to you guys.
Yeah. Well, to them anyway. Let me do something real quick. And he kind of flips open the coin purse or the purse, and his hand kind of goes in to find, and he's in a bottle, right?
Yeah. He's in like a mason jar.
Fucking mason jar, Jesus. All right, I guess it's wide enough for him to wiggle his fingers. And Gnome, Ritter's going to give Jacob the choice. He's going to add, like, kind of project the feeling of there's this person who's in bad shape. That may mean bad news for you if you go in there, but you can have a body for a little while, or you could wait long enough to be in mine.
You can get the sense, of the brief connection as you're holding him eagerly. Yes.
He hears the eagerness and probably has some. I'm gonna roll empathize again because I don't know if this asshole's gonna go fucking murder everybody in the room. I got one success.
Okay. Let's see. You can ask 2 questions. It's Jacob. Already from the last time that you touched him. That sounds weird. You had a weird conversation with him. Literally just an hour ago. He's antsy. He wants to be out and doing something. You have kept him here for far too long. He is disconnected. He is angry, he is lonely, he's been all sorts of emotions that aren't typical to the Derricore. He wants a host.
I think he feels like all of those emotions, and he's going to ask him one question. Will you listen to me if I let you do this?
And you just again feel him say eagerly, yes, yes.
Now I would like to do a bullshit check. What do I do for a bullshit check?
Another comprehend. Okay.
Comprehend?
Yeah. Or
I
empathize.
think three of us just said comprehend at the same time.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with comprehend on that.
Cool,
one.
same amount of dice, sympathize. Boom. Oh, I failed.
As far as you know, yes, Jacob will listen to you.
Okay. His fingers like do like a little tapping thing, and his hand pulls back, and again he's close enough to Chloe to kind of just look like he's whispering. So like if Ashley or Ripley come out, they'll see them doing that. And he'll say, he's desperate for, like, I know this is probably a really bad time to say this, that I can talk to him, but he's antsy. Really wants in a body. He says he'll listen, but I don't know if being in a body or being in a body and doing something are his main objectives. Regardless, it's going to take him at least a couple days. That's what happened with me before I lost control.
So you kind of just gave... You said so that they look like they are like just canoodling, basically, once Ashley walks back in the room?
Yeah. His hand is like in her purse still.
I walk back in and I just like make a face.
Chloe looks at you and she reaches into her purse and she goes, "It's right here, Ritter." And she hands you the bullet of cocaine.
And now Silas walks in.
Well, technically, in the timeline, it would be delay.
That's true.
It would be delayed.
Damn it.
Okay. And I think he catches probably what Chloe's doing, kind of sees Ashley off to the side, and kind of he pulls back, and his hand's kind of like super smooth and taking out the other bullet that was there, and he's just like, okay, just something to think about.
Yeah. And then she takes her bag and leaves you to talk to Ashley, and Ashen just goes back over by the body and just kind of gives you like a make a fucking scene look. And just goes and like starts kind of poking around at this person.
God, he sighs and he looks at the bullet. Okay. He goes, is there a coffee table?
Okay, this is because Ashley also needed to make a scene.
That's Crystal.
Drugs?
So as you say that, Ashley, Crystal is probably coming back, has like a sandwich partially, like, and a bag of chips in the other hand, and like a syringe, in the other, ready to go. And she just stops when she hears Ashley yell, "Drugs!"
Oh, I should also preface as well that Crystal is like Silas's age. So she's not some big woman, just so everyone knows.
She just has big personality.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's like he has like the bullet, and then he kind of just does this, and he's like, what?
What on earth are you thinking?
I don't know,
Darcy
what
is
were
a
you-
child. And though I say Darcy and I kind of like pointedly direct my voice to the bathroom.
He
Yeah.
he stares at Ashley, and as much as I would love to roll and empathize for him to make the connection of, oh, we're both making a scene, I think he just takes offense to that. And he's just like, and what were you thinking in just going and beating a dude's head in before you can get any kind of viable information out of them? With a child who had a fucking gun?
Ripley hears this, gets mildly pissed off, but also is going to try to sneak out while the scene is happening.
Okay, roll me sneak.
I'm right by the door. I just walked in.
Are you actually okay? No, if I see you go out the door, I'm not going to try yet. I'm going to wait till Delay and Silas are in, but I don't know how soon after this conversation is happening.
This is going to be a very hard sneak. It is an apartment with one door in and one door out.
One way in, one way
No
out.
windows? Is there no other windows?
I mean, there's
No
windows,
window.
but you're up a couple flights.
We're in a cinder block coffin.
Like, how many flights we talking here?
At least 3?
Seven.
I would say there would be a fire escape just in case we needed like a ditch out exit.
In case there's a fire or anything.
A really old, rickety one.
Mm-hmm. Most likely.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the building's
okay, so-
mostly that anyway, so...
The kind of
Yeah,
fire
so
escape
if-
you could sing from.
Sing Rent?
Yes, definitely. If Ripley realized the door was blocked, she would probably try to go to another room and see if she can find a window and try to find possibly a fire escape. So that's where she's trying to sneak.
Okay, and so then Ritter, yells back with, the thing about the smashing of the head in, and Ashley was just trying to cause a scene, but now she's offended. There's a big difference between casually doing drugs in the middle of a medical situation and making sure some crazy soldier person doesn't find our base.
I'm fucking sorry. I didn't think I was doing anything right now other than sitting on this couch. And that's what he's doing.
I'm not stupid. I took that DARE class. I know what that is.
Yeah. Cool. Did they also teach you not to stick your head outside of a school bus window because you'll lose your head?
What does that have to do with that?
I'm just saying I fucking paid attention too. I'm not doing anything, and you can't prove it otherwise.
What the fuck happened to you?
Could say the same thing for you, Ash.
Silas comes in.
So as they're all paying attention to Silas coming in the door, I'm going to try and slip Jacob to this body. And I rolled a 1 on my sneak.
Yeah, I did not get any successes on my sneak, so I'm going to go with probably somebody catches me, in which case I have a backup plan.
Okay. So is that a 1 isn't a success?
I got 1 success.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Can I try and see what's going on? No, that's fine.
Between like Ritter and Ashley arguing, that might be a little more concerning than innocent little Chloe just kind of working on the body. You've seen her, wrapping the head. She's trying to help. While
Opening the mouth, tipping in the
yeah, just making it
Here you go, Jacob.
totally normal medical
massaging
procedure.
the throat.
Yeah.
Doctors do this.
Totally.
Wow, and that dream from season 2, just like very close.
It all comes together.
It is. Oh God, if Ashley saw that.
I don't,
Yep, thank
but oh my
God.
gosh.
But yeah,
Had a
she
success.
doesn't. You managed to get Jacob into into Hernandez's mouth.
Okay.
Unnoticed.
After I do that, I think I'll kind of turn away and walk back over and be like, "This is a pointless argument. I mean, come on, Ash, grow up. People do drugs. It's not a big deal."
See?
What?
Well, I'm really, really glad that Ripley and I have been, staying in this town and keeping our eye out so that you all can go have a fucking party in Europe. Fucking drugs. I can't fucking believe you. And I'm like trying to keep my eye out to see if I can see if Darcy got out.
Why are we talking about drugs?
Oh, I failed my sneeze.
No, we're not talking about drugs. And besides, you're like the pot kettle black. You used to smoke all the time.
I smoked for 3 weeks.
You still did it.
Yeah, but she
And
only did it so that
nicotine
Delay would think she
is-
was cool.
Fuck. I mean, I heard stories, but
Okay, what does this matter? If you're gonna do drugs, do drugs. Ashley, you smashed someone's heads in who could have died today. We both fought a fucking monster in the woods and it was burning down. It doesn't matter. This is childhood. Nonsense. You're all old enough to deal with this shit. If you wanna leave, go. I know where you are. We're not keeping you here. It doesn't matter.
Okay, bye.
And Ripley walks out, realizing she couldn't get out probably the window because it was probably locked. And that's probably why her sneak didn't work. So that was her cue.
excuse me. Where the fuck is she going?
She just walks out.
Then seeing that, Ashley is just gonna deflate and go silent.
Chloe,
They're still just
Ashley,
like-
what is going on? Who is... Are one of you doing... Ritter is clean. You cannot...
I'm not doing anything in front of Rita, Silas. We had talked about it. He knew that my stuff was at the bunker and the bunker might be on fire, and I was saying that it was in my purse. It doesn't matter.
Stash.
Everything's fine.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
Should
Everything's
I
fine.
roll an empathize check?
That's up to you. What are you trying
I mean-
to discern?
Ashley saw the cocaine, right? You very deliberately.
You saw a little pill, a little white pill, and then Ritter just do this.
All right, Ashley's just gonna look back and forth between Ritter and Chloe and not say anything.
2 successes. Empathize.
This is the episode where we break up. Damn it, no.
Oh my god! What is this becoming? Okay,
Gratefully.
Go ahead, Silas. They're bullshitting you.
Yeah. Can I roll a quick investigate real quick?
Yeah.
You also figure out what happened with Jacob.
I know everything. I did get 1 success.
Mhm.
Is it possible I see the bullet or know that Ritter is trying to conceal something in his hand?
I mean, it's small and it's in his hand. I can hide.
Probably
He's
not.
like doing this right now.
Yeah. But
Okay.
like, maybe you might be able, with especially that high empathize roll too, like, if you continue the conversation and he's like talking like this. Open your hand, bitch. That sort of thing.
I open my hand like this.
So smooth.
I make like different hand gestures.
Okay, so not going on the fact that I might have seen anything, but just solely on what Chloe said.
Ritter, why were you 2 talking about drugs? Isn't that
Because
not healthy?
Chloe sells them, and it's a lot of. I know it's stupid. It's a lot of money. with it. So I just wanted to make sure that Chloe didn't have any kind of monetary loss.
Yeah, it's complicated, Silas, because I could owe somebody money. Like, you don't, like, sometimes you owe people money, and if you lose the things that you took on, it's complicated.
Then you're
And
in
I
deep
went to
shit.
school where the girls are, and, like, the girls are what do the cocaine, and so I usually bring it to school, but I got suspended from school, and so I haven't been taking it to school.
Ritter, how do you know that she...
How do I know what?
That she sells drugs?
Because she told me. Like, she wasn't selling in Germany. But we talk. She's like my only friend in America right now. Considering that Miss Batty McGee is over there, and then the fucking the ninja of the night just left.
Ashley walks away. Ashley walks out to her car and drives off. I need to go beat some heads and do some rollerblading. I'm going to Chicago. That's it. I'm out of this episode.
Sure.
Zoom.
Zoomies. I'm sorry, Ash.
Yeah. Ripley's been like on her way back to the forest that's on fire to find Frogger.
We're gonna split the party. Let's split the party 6 ways. Let's
party
go.
is super
It's
split.
10:30. It's
And
fine.
again, here you have
Yeah,
Delay and Chloe that are just kind of hanging out, and
I was gonna say Delay like had just like after the speech had just like gotten Crystal and started working on the person who could be dying.
I mean, there's only so much that the person could do. Like, Crystal literally is just standing there. She's got like morphine in one hand, a bag of chips in the other, and the sandwich in her mouth, just watching all of this unfold, and just shoots the nastiest look. Like, why did you bring this in our house?
I go over and I just like take the morphine.
Actually, Ritter's looking at the morphine now too.
I put like an arm on her shoulder and just say, "I know, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's worth it."
It better be. It better be.
so I got a lot out of...
I know what they are.
Okay.
And they go to administer the morphine, leaving the kerfuffle.
So I know I got a lot out of that empathize roll already. Would I be able to discern anything else, or would that be enough?
That is so specific for that. Did you want to empathize something else?
Can I roll a more? I want to see if Ritter's like Joneson.
I mean, you already saw me like this. You already saw
What's
Ritter
that?
looking towards. I was gonna say that I would say you wouldn't even have to roll for that, because you know when he's super stressed out, he's jonesing, and if he saw that syringe with the morphine, he was probably like he probably had like a moment of euphoria and thinking about things until it was gone, and then he was like, oh, all right.
That is all Silas wanted to know, and he's going to go over and sit somewhere.
Does anybody else want to do something right now?
I think the only thing that Ritter would want to do is just he looks to Chloe and kind of like tips his head off to the side, waiting for like a silent confirmation.
She just looks at you and kind of like just looks, she doesn't nod or anything, but she picks up her purse and puts it on her shoulder and kind of, does her best to indicate, I don't know. I mean, we've spent a lot of time together. I think you would know the difference between her looking at you and being like, I fucked up, and looking at you and being like, fucking keep an eye on this dude.
Right, yeah, okay. Just weird prolonged eye contact, that's great. They do that. And
That's not going to read terrible in the room at all.
no. And yeah, he'll just kind of stretches, shoves his hands in his pockets, and then comes back out with Sarah. And he just kind of starts tinkering with her a little bit. He has no plans on leaving now.
I do want to say the only thing Daquan does is because this person's on the bed, gets the straps are on the bed, kind of straps the person in, not too tight so it stops blood flow. Has cut off the shirt, whatever they were wearing. If they have dog tags, put it on the corner. Get any kind of weapon, like knife, gun, anything that might have.
Yep. Yeah, you strip all that.
Chested. Yeah, and I just kind of like sit by a chair next to the bed. I'm just like staring at them, but not staring at them at the same time.
Okay. So I think we're gonna watch as the camera kind of moves away from Delay, kind of folding up the clothes, where you see like the dog tags last placed on top of the pile that does read JJ Hernandez, a name that is very important to Delay. They had a connection to their father several years ago. And we watch as the camera kind of shifts down through the hallway of this kind of dingy place, really low lit. Lots of things are broken. Again, it was a condemned building, but it's been a relatively good, safe place for this particular branch of the Cohesion. And the camera moves over to the lieutenant, and you could see, his breathing incredibly slow, eyes closed, the one still kind of bulging a bit from behind the socket. No bleeding anymore, though. Seems to be under control, at least as far as the outside looks. You don't have an x-ray, you don't have an MRI or CAT scan, so you can't really determine what's going on the inside. However, as the camera kind of like starts panning down slowly over his body, and kind of heads towards his boots, you can see just a little flash of black crawl up his veins. And we're gonna cut here for tonight. That's it. Show's over. Forever. You murdered everybody.
And then we react.
Good job, Chloe, we did it!
Really? Yeah.
Woo! Oh my god!
That was a great
Guys!
Jesus Christ.
That
Wow.
bubbling tension has come out.
He
How are
couldn't
you
find the
doing?
bunker, okay? Couldn't let that happen.
We literally
I
never
still
thought I
support this fully.
I love it. It was great.
Oh, I support Ashley fully. I don't support the
Oh,
rest
absolutely.
of this.
Oh, it was great.
Ripley's coming to kill that thing later.
And Ashley's not going to explain why the bunker is so important, but eventually she'll probably end up screaming at a Ritter.
Oh, especially when she goes back down into the bunker and sees something's missing.
What? I probably won't notice. I open up doors and I let things happen.
Yeah. I think you're right on that, Britt. But all right. Oh, as long as you are okay. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. We're gonna do a quick little round robin. Everybody, let folks know who you are, where they can find you, what you're part of, and I would like to know tonight, what is a moment that stuck out to you? Because wow, what a doozy of episode. Not how I planned it. Thanks. So this is awesome.
It's never how you planned it.
I just gotta get used to that. It's
Gave
fine.
Janaya the idea.
I know.
It was there. I didn't know if she remembered that she had Jacob, and it was like, ooh,
You basically just gave me the GM's blessing.
I did, and I'm so glad you did it. So much drama.
Jacob back in me, but that's a problem for future Ritter.
Oh my gosh. Let's start
Fucking
with
aliens.
Natalie. Who are you? Where can people find you? What moment did you or particularly stick out to you?
All great questions. Who am I? I am Natalie, also known as @ChaoticRogue, where you can mostly find me on Twitter and most social media. I have been playing Ripley, aka Darcy, aka I am an angry little child who's just going to kill things. Where else you can find me is on not this coming weekend, weekend after. You normally find me on Jiro Forsal's channel at 5 p.m. where we play Gore of Ravnica, which is I just play another disaster train wreck, except they're a Vidalcan bard and it's great. And then also on Gold Heart Gaming where I play in Legacy of Eldrin on Sundays, alternating Sundays at 11 a.m. EST. Anyways, so and then I've got a couple more in the works. I cannot wait till I can actually talk about those, but that'll be exciting when I can. I also work with the Mage College producing 5e content. Great segue because an article that I wrote literally just got posted about hosting game nights and trying to get food to go with those game nights. There's some recipes and I love food, so really it's great. I've just shared it on Twitter, so follow me at @ChaoticRogue. Favorite moment of the night was stabbing that thing's tail. Because I think for Darcy / Ripley, it's going to take a bit for me to get into that one. But for her, because she was this, I don't know, kind of timid child that stayed back and drew everything previously. And now she's kind of evolved into, no, I'm going to kill the monsters. This is who I am. This is what I do. And so her being up there and, you know what? No, I'm going to try to help the dinosaur get this thing. I'm going to take a stick and stab it. And I think that was just kind of defining for her. Also, the no bye at the end for her. That's about it.
That was kind of perfect. That was great.
It really
was. Well, good job tonight. Jules, kick it up to you.
Yo, great game. I'm curious to see how everything bursts into flames next episode. You can find me over at Jackal and Hare. Where a multitude of games are happening. Fridays we have Blood Debt, our mafioso cops and robbers game, where we play Settlers of Catan with the city of Miami. And on Mondays, Michael will be running a D&D 5e game that is pirate themed. So if you want some classic D&D whimsy adventures, be sure to check us out at Jackal and Hare on Mondays. My favorite moment. Britt, I love how we can just argue. Like, it's so good. Like, between those two, like, and this was just, like, the beginning. I can't wait for, like, when things get revealed and, like, they're actually arguing. That's going to be fantastic.
I love how on both sides it was a distraction.
Yeah, it was.
But then
they were still
real.
kind of... Yeah, it was like kind of like halfway real because they were kind of like we're at each other, but they both realized they had to do the thing. So it's great. I love it. I love our children that all hate each other.
Michael, how are you feeling tonight?
This got so very bad so very quickly.
I'm sorry, Michael.
I was just hanging out. I was having a good time. No, I wasn't having a good time. I'm just kidding. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael. I am the Dungeon Master and creator of the Dungeons, Dragons, and Dives podcast. We are a 5th edition podcast. That is exactly what it sounds like. All our heroes follow around Fantasy Guy Fieri looking for the mythical lost city of Flavortown. But like Julian mentioned before, you can catch me on the Jackal and Hare channel as well, where I am playing in Blood Debt. I play... a hard-boiled detective who's long since let himself go. And I hate him, but I love to play him. And I will be on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, be running a pirate 5th edition campaign that Julian is going to be playing in. We've got a bunch of other people who, if you've watched Jackal and Hare shows before, they are all kind of associated with that channel. And it is called On Gilded Tides, where hopefully we will find some sort of money, I guess. is what I was going for in the title. It was originally going to be on Golden Tides, and then I realized that sounds like piss. So I changed it.
Good call.
But that is what
That's
what I'm excited for coming up. This Monday is our very, very first session. So check us out on twitch.tv/JackalAndHare.
Well, thanks for putting up with everything tonight.
You know, it was honestly I learned a lot of stuff about Silas today. Oh, I forgot to say like the moment that stuck.
Oh
with
yes,
me.
yeah. What's your moment?
It really kind of was the conversation that I had with Ritter, because I realized just how kind of like Silas needs something to blame for his problems, and he's taken to blaming the cohesion. I've learned, especially in this episode, that Silas is really, really not good at taking responsibility for things. And when he does realize, you know, his kind of culpability in some of the things that he has been through, it's going to be really hard for him, I think. But I'm realizing that, yeah, he is very, very childish in that way still, that he is not good at taking responsibility for his own issues.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's very fair. I mean, think about it. Silas ran away from home at the age of 15, so there really wasn't, and he was coming from kind of an absent parent home anyways. So who needs responsibilities when you have freedom? Yeah. That was a very good conversation, though. That showed
I love that scene.
Us a lot about Silas. So very well played.
Yeah.
Britt.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Okay. I'm Britt. I go by Atomic Firebird on Twitter. The only things I'm in right now, because I'm trying to take a little bit of a slide back, is on Tuesdays I am in a Call of Cthulhu game on the Scraticus, and I'm also in a Star Wars podcast called Heroes of the Hiding Way. There were a lot of scenes that were good. I think the bathroom, because Ashley ran into that bathroom thinking that she and Ripley, I'm not gonna get used to that. She and Ripley were gonna have this like camaraderie moment, and like then it was very much not. Yeah.
That broke my heart. It really did.
It hurt a little bit.
We've all tried to have little nice scenes with Ripley, and they've all gone fucking bad.
No one can have nice things with Ripley, okay?
Mine went fine.
Hey, delay can. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
We're
I was great with Ripley.
I haven't even
Friend.
tried yet.
Oh my God.
I know that like Ashley is not in the mental headspace to actually explain to anyone anything in a way that will convince anyone. So it's just going to be fucked for a while longer.
It's gonna be a lot of fuck. There's a lot going on. A lot boiling in this pot right now.
So true.
But
It's fine. I'm driving to
Shania.
Chicago. Fuck it.
Hello.
It's a pleasure having you back.
It was so much fun, I think. Yeah, you know, I mean, when I brought Chloe over into the new game, I figured I had like two choices she could go and still be on the trajectory I thought she'd be on. One was Street Kid, and the other was Snob. And it was really whether or not she got sent away to school. And I ended up with Snob. And when I did it, I had this moment where I was like, I'm going to have to be mean to all my friends. And it's hard. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, hello. My name is Shania, and I make art, talk about art, and play good games with nice people. You can find me on Twitter or on Instagram or at Twitch at Janaya everywhere. If you can just look down there and see how it's spelled, you can find me. This Saturday, I will be on Anaris's channel for Fun Shots, where Little Cup of Joe is going to be leading us through her game that she wrote, Ancient Stones, which is going to be a start of a 3-week Ryutama campaign, and I'm super excited about that. And let's see, next Monday evening, you can find me on Twitch ranting about something artistic. And then I have a bunch of stuff I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So yeah, follow me on Twitter.
Well, fine.
I hate the weight game.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that is. What was your most memorable scene tonight?
Oh, I gotta say, I mean, it wasn't the most emotional scene, but we had a kaiju battle, you guys. Like, we had a robot versus monster battle, and like I'm so full of Godzilla right now because I've been watching the movies back to back, but like that was just fucking amazing. Yeah.
We didn't get to have that in the 80s, so it's like, how can I make this happen with this
so good
dinosaur, and then make sure that you don't have a dinosaur at the end. Well, thank you. It's a pleasure having you. You're coming back next week.
I will be here pretty much whenever you want me, I think. So you just let me know.
We'll talk.
Okay.
And last but not least, Pro, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing good. Great session. I loved all the drama and the feels. My favorite moment was just all of the argument when Ash hit the soldier, and then the argument in the apartment, just all that drama was like bubbling with all of our, because we've only just come back, so now it's just like, here's something that's happened, here's an excuse to argue with each other, and it's like vent it all out. So I thought it was really great. I loved it. But yeah, I played Delay. I'm also known as ProStarter on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, all under the same name. Every other Friday, and this Friday, I believe, you can catch me on the Jacqueline Hare Show channel playing Blood Debt, the Mafia side, and it's bi-weekly. And tomorrow we are having our first recording. Julian is a member of our podcast that I am DMing. It is a D&D sex positive podcast. For your discretion is advised, as we have fantasy fun and erotic romps. So catch that on Dice and Desire on Twitter, and it's going to be coming out this fall. So yeah, super hyped for it.
That's awesome. Sounds really exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, there's some great people in it.
That's great. I love when you come out with new projects, Pro. I'm glad that you've kind of slowed down a bit too. Call you out. Gotta breathe, friend. Gotta breathe.
No longer doing 15 games.
That's
not doing that.
Poggers. Yeah. Good God. Well, thank you all for coming and making tonight's episode insanely dramatic. I still vote that this was more like the feel of Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 6, where there's just all of this pent up awful feelings because did we do the right thing? I don't know. Probably not. And then like the main character is like, did they do the right thing? Hell no, they didn't. Drama. That's what we're in right now, and I love it because it's the best season of Buffy. So there. My name is Nomadic. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I do a lot of things all over the place on the internet. I am here every Wednesday, but I also cast Magic Mirror and am on the God's Fall channel, where I play in the Rise of the Demigods, an all LGBT podcast / pre-recorded stream that runs simultaneously at the same time, and then it's on podcast formats like 2 days later or something like that. You can also catch me tomorrow over on Unmade Gaming's channel, where we play an eldritch horror diesel punk style game set in 1920 Miskatonic, Massachusetts, and it is quite hella fun. And then on Mondays, I am the DM over on the Greyhawk channel, where we are playing, instead of in the Greyhawk actual setting, we've bypassed that and jumped straight into the Feywild. So we're taking elements of the Greyhawk world, throwing them into the Feywild, and seeing what happens. We just got started. Episode 2 starts next week on Monday, so I'm very excited about that. But I think that is it for us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us, especially until the end. We love you all. Big shout out to, oh my gosh, who won the dice? I saw your name. Started with an H. Congrats, you won dice. You're awesome because y'all retweeted. So thank you so much for that. We will catch you all next week with the entire group once again to see what happens in the time span of a week. Will Jacob come to full potential in the unconscious dying body of Lieutenant Hernandez? Will Ritter succumb to his hunger for drugs? Will Ashley get to the city driving in a crying rage? That's quite dangerous. The loop also fucking exploded, and we just never talked about that chat room. So there's that. We'll see you next week. Bye!